Welcome back. Here again is my fabulous complete sentence with a subject, a predicate, and now an adverb. He cried loudly. Well, what I want to show you today is how we can actually now tell our readers and show them what he cried so loudly. So I'm going to show you how you can include dialogue, what a character or person says, into your sentence. And I'm going to show you two rules that you could do to add on to this. So when we have this part of the sentence, this part I will tell you is actually called the dialogue tag. It's telling you who and how they are saying it. And then what we add after it will become the dialogue. What he cried loudly. So in order to do this, we have to remember a few things. We have to remember that after this dialogue tag, instead of a period, we are going to put a comma to separate who is saying what. And also, when we have dialogue like this, after the comma comes quotation marks. Remember, quotation marks show us that somebody is saying something. Now, we start with quotation marks as like the door opening up to the dialogue. And when we're done and we're ready to close the door, the dialogue has stopped, we end it with that quotation too. Now, inside of this, it's almost like a mini sentence within a sentence because we're going to start with an uppercase letter, what I write here. If he cried loudly, give me that, we would put in here an uppercase G, give me that. And I would even end it with my exclamation point. So do you see how it looks like a little sentence inside of this larger sentence? I could have something else that he shouted loudly. He could have shouted loudly, I'm hungry. If that's what he shouted, again, look at how it looks like a mini sentence. I'm hungry. I'm hungry is actually a complete sentence with a subject and predicate, but now it's inside of these quotation marks, and it is in fact its own dialogue inside of this much larger sentence. So I have my comma to separate the tag, who, what are they doing? They're saying or crying something. And then here's my dialogue. Now that's if you choose to have your sentence from yesterday, he cried with an adverb, in front of your dialogue. But some of you might try to do it differently. Now here at the bottom, I have a different example. Sometimes this dialogue tag, the same one we had up above, it could be at the end of the sentence. And what would come in front of it would be the dialogue. So this is where the character, person, thing is saying something. And again, we have those quotation marks like a door to say this is being said. Okay, now it's a little bit different. Again, I could still take this same thing. I'm hungry. I'm going to put it here. But instead of ending my sentence here, I would actually put my comma here. So if I was saying, or I'm sorry, if he cried, I'm hungry, comma, quotation, he cried loudly. The punctuation goes inside of the quotation mark. There are so many rules to follow with dialogue and the punctuation that goes along with it. But today, I really want to see you as writers try to take this sentence and we are going to build off of it by adding dialogue. If you want to find out more about this, on Seesaw, I included an anchor chart, a picture of a chart for you to look at some of these rules. But really, the biggest thing to keep in mind is your sentence from yesterday is your dialogue tag, and we are going to add on with dialogue. He cried loudly, comma, quotation. What did he say? Punctuation, quotation. Try to do one yourself. We'll see how it goes, and we'll keep working on dialogue. Enjoy, Mrs. DeMark said.